Well, hello, and welcome to Pepper's Echo. My name's Andre. I am the ordinary man in the street from the outside looking in. And yes, usually we have our main man, Julius, with us as well, but he is unfortunately not able to make it again this week. So I am sadly going to be tuning in on a solo level today. Today I've also had a lot of guests. I actually still have some guests in my place, so I haven't really had any chance to build up anything. So once again, we are going to just trawl the internet, take a look at some pieces of news and look at the paper and what it's brought in. We've got old Malema's visit to Zuma to convince him to cooperate with the Zondo Commission as such. And there's a little interview or a question from Newsroom Africa that questions Mr. Magashule, Ace, and says, hey, you know what's going on in the country? And Ace goes, are you serious? And yeah, I don't think he knows quite what's going on as well. But yeah, again, thank you very much for tuning in. We don't create the news. We don't research it. We don't do anything heavy into it. We are no analysts or architects as such. For the big guys, I suggest you follow or go and take a look at a Ronaldo host, Chris Wyatt, Morning Shot, Roman Kabanak on Morning Shot. Very, very good with the news analysis. Joe Emilio and Jerem from Germ Warfare. Very good. I put them in the comments below so that you are able to get to them as well. What I do here is take a look from the man in the streets point of view and sometimes look at something interesting, something good, political, mostly political. But if you have any ideas or anything that you would like to share, or if you'd like to come on the program at all and chat with us too, I would be very, very pleased to have you do so. If you have any ideas that you would like us or topics that you would like us to discuss or to look at, then I would very much appreciate that. In fact, sorry. My goodness me, sorry. Needing to get things in order. As I said, I do apologize. I've had still have a few guests in that as well with me. But yes, it is once again Sunday, South Africa, 2 o'clock. Cambodia, 5 o'clock. You want to come onto the show? Got any great ideas? Drop us email us motley.mix. Oops, wrong one. Motley.mix. Yeah, there we go. Should be a right one there. Yeah. Give us at peppersecho.gmail.com. Drop us an email, peppersecho, PEPRSECHO @gmail.com. You basically looking at the NA discussion, watching the NA discussion. The only way I get my videos and streams out there is to have you like and subscribe. So please like and subscribe. It is very, very much appreciated. Today is not going to be a long day again. We're probably going to run on the half an hour chap, as I said beforehand, that we only end up with about a half an hour's watch time as well. And short of the fact that we start going to discussions, which usually happen with Julius and myself, but otherwise on a normal statement or status, you will end up only watching half an hour. So without further ado, let's go and take a look and do a little bit of shopping on the newspapers. And pulling in there, first of all, I have a nice little, let me put myself into the corner there. Yeah, much, much better. We have a little bit of a tea party. Old Jules can do tea. I do say, old Jules chap. Would you like a dash of Earl Grey, or should it be some full breakfast? Coffee, please. Anyway, yeah. Don't they look cute? Two corruptors. Let me not even go into what I want to say. But yeah, the EFF Julius Malema trip to Nkandla. He went to, you know, that money that the people paid to upgrade Zuma's mansion on the other side. Yeah, he got to go to Nkandla on Friday to persuade the former president, Jacob Zuma, to cooperate with the Zondo Commission and that it would strengthen their fight. Now, this is Julius Malema and Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma, a member of the ANC. Jacob Zuma, who was the ANC's president. And this would strengthen their fight against Cyril Ramaphosa, a concerted battle that the Red Berets would gladly join. These are the guys that are supposed to be on the same side. Magashule defends, so we can take a look at that, see what it says, because that's quite interesting to me. There's old Zooms and old Jules pretending to be zouave and drink tea. Priceless. I do believe this might be for subscribers only, and I do not subscribe to the page, so I won't be able to see City Press. But there is another one that I can actually get to later on. We can then take a look at AOL. Over there. I think there's one with another one. Yeah, there's one over there. Let's get in there. Once again, the Tea Party. Very, very nice. Let's see what we got there. So the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal says that it will meet with former President Jacob Zuma this week to understand the basis of having a tea meeting with EFF leader Julius Malema in the current environment. So yes, first of all, what we do know, as the man in the street, as I said, once again, what I've got here is nothing that I claim to be mine. It's trawling the newspapers and the internet. And secondly, what we do know is just platonic. So what we do know, however, that has been making headlines is the fact that Julius Malema, sorry, not that little rat, the other one, Jacob Zuma, has said that he will no longer comply with the Zondo Commission. So basically, he's got to appear, I think it's on the Monday, the 15th of February, not this Monday, next Monday. He's got to appear before the Zondo Commission as instructed by the highest constitutional court in South Africa. And he said, have a toffee. Okay, I'm not complying with you anymore. And hero to all, Julius Malema has gone to have a tea party with Jacob Zuma. But Julius is from the EFF, and they little fighters, they're little Chihuahua rat biters, shit stirrers, if I can put it to you that way. And so he's gone there to sort of smooth things over and say, listen, you know, it's your best interest so that we can join forces and we can fight this banana called Cyril Ramaphosa. But the problem is, Jules is EFF, Jacob is ANC, and you want to get together to fight your president, the ANC president. How's that work out? So let's take a look. The ANC in KwaZulu-Natal says that it will meet with former President Jacob Zuma this week to understand, like, buddy, why? This week to understand the basis of having tea meeting with EFF leader Julius Malema in the current environment. So yeah, you know what, things are not doing too well. I know for a fact. We were talking the last time. We saw last week that one of the MECs in the Limpopo region was put on suspension because he voted against what the ANC wanted to vote for in an ANC vote for two ANC people, as he put it. Really? So the tear in the ANC is phenomenal. But anyway, the much hyped meeting between the leader of the EFF and the former ANC and state president have been in a love-hate relationship was the biggest news of the week after Malema took to Twitter to request the meeting with Zuma. You know what? We live in technology, so let us request a meeting over Twitter. It comes on the back of the seesaw battle between the 78-year-old former head of state, which is the Zondo Commission, and the Constitutional Court. So in a letter, Jacob Zuma blatantly defied to adhere to the Constitutional Court's judgment, ordering him to appear before the Judicial Commission of Inquiry in allegations of state capture headed by Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo from February 15th. There we go. I think that's next Monday. So Malema, Julesy boy, little kid who's wet behind the ears, accompanied by the former EFF chairperson, Dali Mpofu, Ekurhuleni Meyer, and close Zuma ally, Mzwandile Masina, ANC NEC member Tony Hingeni, really, and EFF national spokesperson Vuyani Pambi descended upon Zuma's sprawling Nkandla homestead for the meeting on Friday. So we went to have a buddies together tea party. Monkey's tea party. Anyway, I didn't say that. I'm sorry. The traveling party spent almost 5 hours inside the compound before they emerged and left without saying a word. So 5-hour tea party in his splendorous mansioned crawl called Nkandla that was paid for by taxpayers' money. Malema did not address the media, but dispatched his spokesperson, Vuyani Pombo, who was also not forthcoming about the details of what turned out to be a clandestine meeting. No wonder the ANC wants to know what the hang is going on. Why are you meeting with the supposed enemy? However, Bakile Kanyile, the fees must fall activist, idiot, who was also present and spent Friday night in Nkandla, said Zuma remained resolute. We were invited because he was going to visit me at my home in Umlazi on Wednesday, but was tied up in meetings, so he called us to his home, blah, 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 blah. He said, the time will come when the full truth of the meeting will be revealed, but for now, all that needs to be known is Zuma won. Won what? We didn't know we went in for a game. Maybe a swimming competition in the fire pool. Anyway, yeah. There was a fear that following the tea, he would change his mind about testifying at the commission, but the old man is wise and strong and sent them packing. After that tea, he was strong, as he was the last time I visited Nkandla, January 4th. Yeah. And speaking of the old man, we know the Constitutional Court took ruling right away his right to remain silent. So he may not remain silent, although why are you, if you are so innocent, why are you wanting to remain silent? Because you may incriminate yourself. Because you're a bloody criminal, Zuma. That's why. The judiciary must remain fair and impartial, but that cannot be the case as long as Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo presides. It was presented in a black-white that there was a conflict between Zondo and Zuma. Obviously there is, because one wants the truth and the other doesn't want to tell the truth. There's naturally a conflict. And if he had integrity, he would rescue himself. What can he do that other judges cannot? You can call me a prophet, but not one will be arrested as an outcome of the commission. So yeah, I don't really expect that Zuma will be arrested. I don't expect that he will be sent to jail. I mean, you take a look at if a little lowlife like Andile Lungisa, who smashed a jug in a video over a DA member's head, ends up going to jail for like maybe 2 days after a 2-year thing and then out again. Do you really think somebody as connected as Zooms will do it? Especially when he's got his little Chihuahua EFF Julesy coming in there as well. No, it would be premature to have informed view of the matter without understanding the basis. So this is the ANC. They were not privy for the reasons for this tea meeting, so they first want to understand why. We'll be seeing Zuma between now and the end of this coming week, and we'll get to understand the context of the tea meeting. This tea meeting, it's a sudden tea, you know, Boston Tea Party and Nkandla Tea Party. Right. So he said Zuma has not yet defied the directive of the Constitutional Court. He had only made it publicly known his sense of discomfort. Well, to say that I will no longer comply, how more uncomfortable do you want to get? Awkward. Whether that will, so what we know is he has taken a posture that is intending to disregard the directive of the court. Whether that will ultimately happen, we don't know. The commission is a matter that will be a functional process. So yeah, we need to find out and see if old Zooms is going to defy the court. What have we got there? 4 arrested for possession of unlicensed firearms. What's new? We'll go back onto the side again and take a look at the News 24. 8 deceased. Yeah, there's been some devastating Mpumalanga floods. There's been a lot of raining there. They're talking a lot about Mondli Makiana. I know it says for subscribers only, so I'm not going to be able to get into that. But let's put it this way: the Let's do this. Yep. So I just put it aside there. So basically what I want to take a look at and say, there was a time, I think in 1998, P.W. Botha refused to confess in the Truth and Reconciliation meeting under Desmond Tutu. And so they're saying, well, you know what, if that happened there, then why is this not happening here? So that's what Mando Makana is saying when PW was in the stand, nothing happened to him when he refused to speak under Desmond Tutu. Now all of a sudden, boom, Zuma has to do it, really? So yeah. Oxford anti-COVID vaccine could be less effective against variant in SA early data. Well, that's the vaccine that we're getting, well, that South Africa's getting is the AstraZeneca from India, and it only has, a 70% success rate as such. And if we have a strain that's up differently, then boom. Don't know what that's going to be. Malusi Gagarba's estranged wife. Okay, yeah. Booze may be banned for 18-year-olds because of lessons learned during COVID-19. The problem with South Africa is the youngsters, 18 to 30, I would say, abuse alcohol ferociously, and that's what's probably caused the line. But unfortunately, you have older people who have not grown up either, who still continue to abuse it as such as well, which people... It is your fault that the restaurants and pubs are suffering like that because of the way that you abuse alcohol. And I think the only way you can actually rescue them is actually if you start using it in a responsible manner. Congratulations to the Bulls who won the rugby last weekend. I'm almost a week behind there, but yeah. I'll have to do that for my buddy Carl. Not much of a Bulls fan, and there's the remembrance. Let's take a look at IOL. IOL's got 4 arrested possession. Why the silence? We're going to take a look at this. The silence from BRICS. Why the silence on the vaccines from BRICS? Partners, Russia and China. Yet the Russian Foreign Ministry. So the Russian Foreign Ministry has said that Russia was in talks with the African Union about its vaccine, which got the thumbs up from local scientists. So, the Russians had to name their vaccine after a space shuttle like Sputnik. So much as South Africa joins President Ramaphosa in welcoming the first consignment of the COVID-19 vaccines, the 1 million, which needs to be used twice on one person, so 500,000, which is going to start on health workers. There's more than 500,000 health workers in that country, many more. So I don't know where they're going to start, who's going to watch and who's not going to. And then again, what is the kind of vaccine that they're getting? So, you know what? Once again, the country proves to be, it is being ruled by a bunch of beg, borrow, and stealers because they can't run the country properly and organize the country properly. If we take a look, I think they were looking at major companies like who've in the PPE. We are a year into COVID, and we are now investigating and pulling out misappropriation and corruption of funds on PPE, and they're wondering why their people are dying like flies in the country because they can't even protect their own country because they're so busy stealing and corrupting themselves around the place. Well, wow. It must be noted that the country's vaccination targets are not quite within reach. As South Africa is the only African member of the BRICS community, where questions have been raised about why procurement of vaccines from member states such as China and Russia were not mentioned in the president's speech recently. In his most recent address to the nation, Ramaphosa said, in addition to the 1 million Covishield doses that we received, another 500 doses from the Serum Institute of India were expected to arrive later this month. Excuse me. So President Cyril Ramaphosa has not mentioned South Africa's membership of BRICS in any announcements made about securing COVID vaccines. So what was the use of belonging to them in the first place? So we have secured 12 million doses in total from Global COVAX facility. Sounds like a better number, but when? Which has indicated it will release approximately 2 million by March. We have secured 9 million vaccine doses from Johnson & Johnson, commencing with the delivery in the second quarter. Johnson & Johnson has contracted Aspen, one of our pharmaceutical companies, to manufacture these vaccines in South Africa, said the president. So Ramaphosa said in addition to Pfizer had committed 20 million vaccine doses, commencing with deliveries in the second quarter, and this must be lauded. However, the issue is loud silence about leveraging on the close ties with Russia and China, BRICS allies, in order to widen the supply source of vaccine and maybe reduce the cost of procurement. So, yes, problem, yes. What happened to your buddies? Secondly, you are getting commitments of these amounts of vaccine, but you are not paying for them. So you know what? You can block them. You can put them on APRO. You can put them aside for you. But if you don't pay me, they're going to other people who put the money down. Corrupt bunch of, yeah. While the president stated the government was in advanced negotiations with manufacturers to secure additional supplies, there was no mention of BRICS advantage enjoyed by blocs only Africa members. So yeah, where's that advantage? Yet the Russian Foreign Ministry has said it was in talks with the African Union about its vaccine, which got the thumbs up from local scientists in bilateral talks with South Africa and several others. So yeah, I'm not going to go through there everything. They're all talking about why they haven't spoken to the different basically the different buddies. There's another one on all this is the one that we went through on the Tea Party. But they want to know why they're not talking to the buddies. Why are they trying to acquire vaccine from all over the other place? We got like Pfizer, we got the Johnson Johnsons, we got, but we're not going through Russia because those are our buddies, supposed to be, but they're like, we want the good stuff, but we're not prepared to put the money down. But if we beg hard enough, will they send it? Maybe they'll send it first. We can promise to pay, and then we won't pay, and it'll be okay. No, these people aren't stupid. They suddenly realize that African culture of not paying is cash up front and pay later, and we're suffering. Second quarter, that means June, July only, that you're starting to see. So, you know what? Just bringing in 1 million vaccines, nobody doesn't win. COVID-19 burial regulations discriminatory, says families. Okay, well, fine, discriminate and die. Very, very interesting one that I'm taking a look here is because we spoke last week about a ANC member that was suspended for voting the wrong way or something to that effect. But the DA went all out to campaign for Lorraine Opperman in 2019 for a by-election. But 13 months later, she is axed for voting with the ANC. So Cape Town, the DA in the Knysna municipality has axed one of its councillors following allegations she voted in favor with the ANC. Lorraine Opperman, 73, was expelled from the party just 3 days after she voted with the ANC on a motion during a council meeting last Thursday. So, DA, what happened? Opperman had only been a councillor in the Ward 11 for 13 months after she was elected in a by-election in December 2019. Previously, she'd been a COPE member who even stood as a candidate for Ward 5 back in 2016 municipal elections. So she seems to be a party hopper. Good riddance to bad rubbish then. However, the elderly councillor fell out of favor with her new political home after failing to vote with her caucus in a motion that sought to curtail the powers of a former party member who is now a COPE mayor, Elric van Asvegen. By voting with the ANC, former councillor Opperman demonstrated her disloyalty to the people of Knysna and set back the DA's vision of a better Knysna for everyone. Ms. Opperman's loyalty clearly lies with the ANC and its mayor. A DA motion to elect a DA mayor was also defeated by one vote in a secret ballot on January 4th, said the party's constituency head, Dion George. So there's old Dion George. Looking very serious and DA-ish. Look, I've never made... Look, you know what? Bottom line is I'm a Trump supporter. I think the United States and the rest of the world, for that matter, is far poorer. That they've got a slithering snake like Biden in there right now. But I do believe Trump is a full-blown narcissist and arrogant little pecker. But That arrogant, narcissist little pecker got results, and I believe that he should be in power. Same with the DA. I think they're arrogant. You can't tell them this way, they'll tell you that way, but they get results, and I think they should be in power until they disempower the people. Trump empowered the people, the DA are able to empower the people. You know what? If you want to be arrogant and empower me, be arrogant, empower me. Whatever twists your cookie, brother. But do it as long as you're getting results. And so the DA gets results, and that's why I'm not like saying they are angels and they are just the best thing since sliced bread. No, they're a little bit of sourdough, but at least they get the job done without the corruption, and they get results. And that is why I still believe in the DA. It's clear that the ANC has worked hard at destabilizing the town since 2016. This is nice that we're talking about. It's a strategy of the working nefariously to obtain votes from the DA. Councillors against the DA is plain to see. Sources close to the matter said Opperman was likely removed from the party, which was looking for a scapegoat for their failed motion to have the mayor removed. No, I don't think she purposefully voted with the ANC. Or what did you do? Just accidentally fall into the ANC's ballot. But anyway, yeah. That day, but this was a way for the party to get rid of her, said the source. Now, how the DA brought her in as a way of trying to get Cope in their corner, as she was a member of the party still before the by-election. I think this was like quite a times ago before old Steenhuisen's time as well. I think John Steenhuisen making good changes and solid stances there. Old Zilla, she knows how to play the game, and I'm very comfortable with her there as well. But anyway, it says, and she was one person who called out the wrong thing if they were wrong, and clearly the DA did not like that, or that she still had a cordial relationship with the mayor. But this is what the DA does. They use and spit you out after you have served the purpose. No, she did not. She received a letter from the DA on Saturday to explain why she should not be removed from the party, but she was unclear about the timelines to respond by, and then the next day she was axed. I agree. You know what? You're not going to play in my corner. You're going to play with the ANC. Then, yeah, so that's a better option. I agree. You know what? We didn't suspend her with full pay, which we're sucking out of government and things to that effect. So, yeah. Wine industry still continuing with a court case to mitigate possible future alcohol bans. Although alcohol has been unbanned, they're not taking the chance because it is hitting them really, really hard. 3 dead, 9 injured in 3 separate Gauteng accidents. And you know what? Sadly, I'm sure that could be or would be alcohol related as such. Times Live has given us a few things to look at. Heavy rain in Mpumalanga. Yeah, rain has really caused quite a bit of wreck throughout the country. Zulu King Zwelithini in ICU for treatment of ongoing diabetes problem. Good chap. Ran his country. Didn't argue. Didn't try and force the buck. Not bad. And Diwe Mazibuku, as the first black woman to lead the opposition, you can carry your entire demographic. What's this? I don't like that little halo effect there because, well, when you are the first black woman and the youngest black woman to hold the leader of the opposition post, you carry your entire demographic on your shoulders. It is incredibly unjust. These are the words of the former DA leader, Lindiwe Mazibuko, who opened up this week about her time as the leader of the party. Speaking on 702, Mazibuko described the hate she often got during her tenure. You know what, I didn't get what I wanted, so now I'm going to tell you how bad they are. Tenure during the DA's parliamentary leader as not nice and vicious. Mazibuko said as the first black and the youngest woman to lead the DA, she was not allowed to make mistakes. You are not allowed to make mistakes. No matter how small a mistake, people will come for you. You are just waiting for an opportunity to say, Uyabona, you see. This was a mistake, she said. I could sense that the hunger from a lot of spaces, people wanting me to fail and really rooting for me. Times Live, I'm a little bit disappointed in the shit you're printing. But anyway, it is very lonely when you know that you are trying to do your job, representing people well, and people are hoping that you'll fail. Oh, shame, you poor victim. She said when she joined the DA as a parliamentary researcher between 2007 and 2008, she was not a supporter of the party, but was disillusioned enough by the ANC. In 2011, Mazibuko elected as the DA's leader, making her the youngest ever to be elected as a leader of the opposition. 2014, the end of her term, the DA announced that Mazibuko was taking a sabbatical to study in the US. I think they sort of like, yeah, we'll pay for it, just get the hell out. I remember that. It wasn't very, very nice. And like, why are you running, where you're going, etc., etc., etc. To broaden her prospects. In the Sunday Times article, Mazibuko denied that her decision to leave the party had anything to do with her differences with Helen Zille. Yeah, right. Zilla probably tuned you. And I have breakfast every Tuesday. Helen and I have breakfast every Tuesday at Cape Town Bakery, and we discuss political issues. We have a relaxed relationship, of course. Sometimes we agree and sometimes we differ. It is the only way one grows. Sometimes we argue, but I know she is my leader, so she leads, said Mazibuko at the time. However, last year, Mazibuko told ENUCNA or ENCA the DA was captured by a certain faction. When it doesn't work out into your favor, you start playing the race card. And that she would go back to the party if attempts were made to recruit her. I don't think they'll do that. Not after playing victim and trying to smear campaign. You know what? It is what it is. You either do it or you don't, but you don't try and be sly. I think there's a challenge in the opposition. We have the dominant factions whose challenge for power and leadership. My view is that the opposition is in crisis to challenge the status quo, she said. No, I don't think so. I don't think they've got a crisis at all. So, yeah, let's just leave it. I don't like that little thing, that little halo thing across her head there as such. 42 Joburg motorists arrested for drunken driving. I rest my freaking case on the abuse of alcohol in South Africa. And then we absolutely want to fall apart when we say our restaurants are suffering, our pubs are suffering because we are not responsible as people to be drinking. You shouldn't be able to drink alcohol. They should take your license away to drink alcohol if you... yeah. Herald, what's the Herald give me? Herald me something. Nelson Mandela Bay, family passion for German Shepherds. Eskom has halted its load shedding. Yeah, they've stopped the load shedding on level 2, I think it is. Ramaphosa can't pretend to be a pure balloon that floated above all this ANC dirt. I agree. Let's take a look what John Steenhuisen says there. Nice one, John. Right. He says President Cyril Ramaphosa must be accountable and appear before the state capture inquiry. Yeah. Do you honestly think as vice president you were like Tinkerbell the Tooth Fairy sitting there doing good while everybody else was rummaging below you? It's just disingenuous in the extreme for President Cyril Ramaphosa to pretend to be as pure as the driven snow balloon that floated above all this ANC dirt that emerged. This is what DA leader John Steenhuisen had to say on why Ramaphosa should appear at the state capture inquiry. Steenhuisen was speaking on the DA's webcast. He said Ramaphosa must account for not only for his role, but also for the ANC's alleged role in plunging SA into a deep crisis. I don't know if we've gone take a couple of looks, streams back on Pepper Zeka, but you'll actually take a look and see that, excuse me, we were talking about when the economy actually saw its ass, and that was from 2007. Your GDP was still higher than 94 up to 2015, but 2007 when they actually hiked Mbeki out and forgot the finance minister dude there. But anyway, then they brought in Gordon and they brought in Zuma and they opened up the coffers of all the money and Mbeki. And then we're holding the money in such a sense that it was being distributed fairly, correctly, and equally. Boom, bang. They decided, no, we want this money. And that's where it took a downturn. So, yeah, from there on, Ramaphosa, don't tell me you did not know what was happening. I must agree. He must be held accountable because President Ramaphosa was for many years the chairperson of the ANC's cadre deployment committee and had been responsible for a lot of people who had gone to serve on state-owned enterprise boards like the former SABC. Yeah, he was actually put in place to actually rescue or build and make these companies profitable. This, self-made billionaire Ramaphosa, and everything has seen its butt. SAA has seen its butt. Eskom, ISCO, Transnet, or whatever you want to call the transport system. SA's got the best transport system under the sun right now. Is a bunch of broken down minibus taxis that actually put the lives of many people in danger every day. But because of the money grabbing ANC government, there is no money to put a proper public transport and safe public transport system in place. Then we get the post office. You can't dare to send a letter by post these days or a parcel by post. I don't know how it maintains. And once again, SABC, all of them would go through that deployment committee Ramaphosa sits on. So it's not good enough for him to simply say he's shocked. He's really good at saying he's shocked. He's got to step up to the plate and take some accountability. Steenhuisen said another reason for Ramaphosa to appear at the inquiry is that he and former President Jacob Zuma were joined at the hip and were working together. He was close to Zuma over those years. He was the deputy president. They were like Rolls and Royce, Mills and Boone, Casey and Jojo, and they were joined at the hip. Earlier this week, lawyers representing the DA submitted questions to the inquiry to be posted to Ramaphosa. The question posed including was why the ANC has a cadre deployment committee, and if Ramaphosa was aware that no other political party has ever enjoyed the privilege of informing a selection process. They wanted one of their members appointed to a particular position in the public sector. There are only two ways out of this predicament. Either the ANC jettisons its policy of cadre deployment, or citizens jettison the ANC. Forcing Ramaphosa to answer these questions at the state capture inquiry will expedite the solution one way or another. Right, so we've just gone there. PA leader, proud of Flip-Flop Daniel's nickname. Big stink over Nelson Mandela. Toilet tender, 24 million rand toilet tender. And then Nelson Mandela Bay has revealed that the tender process did not tick the legal boxes. I don't really want to go into this one because I'm running out of absolute time. But a probe into a 24 million rand tender to Nelson Mandela Bay, PE, guys in PE, has revealed that the tender process did not tick the legal boxes with plans afoot to claw back the money meant to see 2,000 toilets built in the city. I will build you 2,000 toilets with my own hands in that city for 24 million. Okay? Good grief. This was revealed Friday. The Special Investigations Unit has since approached the Special Tribunal establishment by President Cyril Ramaphosa to recoup the money paid out during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Really, really, really. Okay, and today I think I would...
Look at the situation.
Let's just pause this. Let's make it big. Let's get him back again. Is my volume up? Yeah. This is from Newsroom Africa, and yeah, what's the situation? Do you know what the situation is like in South Africa? They ask, oh geez, that's if Restream will let us run this, because Restream is really not letting me run much at the moment. I'm President Cyril Ramaphosa at Restream at the moment. I am shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. I don't know if I'll be able to bring this to you. Restream's not running very, very well, so possibly having to go back to a StreamYard as such, because we are all shocked. I wonder if I can do that. Probably lose where I was. Have to search. Nice one, Jules. Who's this? Juju and Jacob. DA has written to the Speaker of the National Assembly requesting for a full investigation exactly how and who paid for extravagant trip by Mr. Julius Malema and others to the home of President Jacob Zuma. Yeah, who footed that bill would be the next question. Who footed that bill? Very, very good to ask. Yeah, there we go, Lindy. But Lindiwe Mazibuku described as a tenure as the DA's leader and not nice. Yeah, I don't think she was the best that there could have been as such. South African, a lot of rain in South Africa. Donald Trump may be gone, but his media facilitator is going to be around for some time yet. Dorothy Elaine Lewis, first colored matron at Grooteskië, dies at 88. Oh, very sad. 2 killed, 3 injured, head-on collision in 12. Not cool. I think we're getting to that now. Once again, the relationship between some South Africans and alcohol is something that needs to be examined. And the ban made people want to drink even more. So, yeah, there we go. You know what? If you're going to close Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, what are they going to do? They are just going to be stocking up. That's all. See if we can get back. Oh, the Tea Party is back in for some diabetes. Maybe it was removed. That's the lady councillor who was chucked out of the DA. Yeah, it doesn't help you become a party hopper. Really, it doesn't. What's this one over here? ANC cadres are concerned over what's bedreiging. I can't think of bedreiging at the moment. I'm not complaining, but what does this achieve? International artist Saipi recently completed 3 land art projects. Very, very nice. In Cape Town City is proud to support the initiative, which forms part of the Artists Beyond the Walls project. The project aims to build unity and hope and mutual respect through land art. I wonder how long that would stay clean, but anyway, let me not be the bearer of bad news. UN ups the food aid to Ethiopia's Tigray over starvation. I really wanted to play you the video of Newsroom Africa asking, what is, do you know what's going on in the country? And I think it was Colnias. Take a look what is written there. There we go.
And maybe when time look.
I'm on the wrong side, sorry. I'm going to end with this.
Look at the situation of South Africa, and maybe when time permits, we will talk about what's happening in South Africa. That's what I've said yesterday.
And you did say that yesterday, and you've also said it previous times as well. It's actually something as well that the former president has said. You said, look at what's going on in the country. What is going on in the country from your perspective? What is it that we ought to be looking at?
Are you serious that you can't see what is happening in South Africa today?
It's being plundered and rooted.
There's a lot happening,
by
but
the
I'm quite
ANC.
interested to find out what you are seeing, what you are referring to.
No, I want you to open your eyes, and I'm sure your eyes are open. It's just that at times you don't want to accept a situation as it's happening, and if you can just be objective in whatever you do as journalists, I'm sure you can better understand what is actually taking place in South Africa.
Talking in circles, you corrupt.
We'll talk about it when I'm ready to do so.
Wally.
And you've said this quite a lot, and I think it leaves a lot for South Africans to ponder about and to contemplate, and it also leads to a lot of speculation. You know, dangling the carrot stick in front of us and saying we must wait for a time and a place when you are ready to do so. Under what circumstances will you be ready?
Yeah.
What will be the right time?
Can't you see the destruction of black business, destruction of
once again
African companies? Can't you
government
see that,
ANC playing the race card?
There is entrenchment of monopoly in South Africa today. Is it not too obvious that black people are being excluded in the mainstream economy? Does it need any science?
And who is behind this?
Can't you see the black excellence not being recognized today?
And who is behind this, Secretary General?
Look at the situation.
Okay. So I haven't got on too much further there, but yeah, I think I'm going to stop right there for the day, because once again, I've just put in the point of, the ANC is playing the race card as usual. When you can't you see I have a carrot in my butt? Yeah, Ace Magashule, you are so guilty and so stolen, rotten corruption. It's just not funny. Jules and his cadres going on a tea party to go and see Jacob Zuma to see how they can strengthen fighting against Ramaphosa. The DA booting a member who seems to be a party hopper. What else is there we looked at? Yeah, it was basically that. But then I'll end again with what usually gets ended with Pepper's Echo is, please don't forget, like and subscribe and share this video as you can. It's the only way that we do get out there. And do mail us on Pepper's Echo, PEPRSECHO @gmail.com. Should you have anything that you would like to have discussed, come on the air or speak to us as such. And yes, you are watching the NA discussion. And yeah, like and subscribe. But what would you say if your political party was your bank and you had a lot of money to invest? Who would you trust with your money and who would get the best results for there? That, my friend, is always up to you to say as such. Sorry, just needing to get a few things ready. But yeah, that is up for you to decide. If your political party was your bank, who would you put your money with? Who would you trust your money with? I definitely don't think the ANC is something to be trusted with. So from my side, please share. Thank you very much for watching online and for watching live. And take care. All the best. Please be good. And if you can't be good, at least be kind.